Today I'm going to talk about my favorite game mechanism in Seven Sisters. This is, I'm guessing, a fairly little known game. I remember seeing it on Kickstarter years ago. It's one of those projects I researched when I was preparing for my viticulture campaign. And I finally got to play it the other day and had a blast. It was a really great area control game. The theme of the game is that players are trying to win over the favor of 7 different sisters at the same party, I believe. So you're kind of going from sister to sister, I guess, flirting with them and appealing to them, and trying to win their favor, and ideally winning the favor of all 7 sisters at some point in the night. And each of the 7 sisters is based on the 7 sins. So there's gluttony, there's lust, there's one inspired after each of these sins, which, as I think about it, is a little sexist, but it kind of just works for this particular theme, maybe. And I won't explain all the actions of the game, but basically you're trying to gain the favor of a sister. You have to have the majority of cubes on that sister. And this is where my favorite mechanism comes in. This is a little twist that I'm sure is present in some other area control game, but I don't think I've seen it. The twist is that every round you score each sister. You look at each sister and figure out who has won the favor of that sister. And then, this is the twist, you remove the tokens of the player who's in first place. So if I win the favor of the lust sister with 5 cubes, and maybe player 2 has 2 cubes on there and another player has 4 cubes on there, I remove all of my cubes from that sister, and they go, I think the cubes represent favor or influence. They go outside of my little, my player guard, my player shield. And so the wonderful thing about this is that in some area control games, you kind of have a sense, like if you get behind in a certain area, you might feel like you can't really ever catch up. But in this game, because every round you're removing the first place cubes from the space, not only do you feel like you can catch up, but you really have a reason to have a presence on all of the sisters, even early in the game, even if you know you're not going to win. So I might see that a player jumps out to a huge lead in the first round. They have 5 tokens on a single sister. And I might, in a normal area control game, I probably wouldn't put anything there. But in Seven Sisters, there's a big incentive to put 1 or 2 tokens there, because later on, those tokens, even just with 2, might have the majority for that sister. Also, with some of the sisters, second place matters. And so if you manage to get second place, then that's a big deal. And then after the leader's cubes are removed, you might be first place for the next round. So I really, really like this mechanism. The leader of each majority scoring is removed each round to prevent kind of a runaway leader and to give other players a reason to be engaged in that majority battle, even when they know they're not going to win for the current round. If you can think of another area majority game, area control or area majority game that does something like this, or just has a nice twist on that mechanism, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Or if you've played Seven Sisters, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that as well in the comments. Thanks.